everybody. Welcome to this very special episode of the Speedy Comics podcast. Today, we're joined by two very special guests, our first guests on the podcast, the one and only Nabhit Kapur, founder of Peaceful Minds Foundation and also board member of Speedy Comics, and the man, the myth, the legend, Rashid Al-Farooq, the visionary behind Speedy Comics and board member of the Peaceful Minds Foundation. How are you, gentlemen?
We're great. How are you doing, Walid?
We're very good. We're very good. We're happy to have you in this very fine evening. So, first things first, I understand that both of you have been friends for a very long time. So, how did that come to be?
Should I say?
You start, right?
We got to know each other in 2016. It's now 5 years exactly, and I was in Mauritius doing a training. So I came up around his LinkedIn or Facebook profile and I said hello and he said hello, and from there the friendship started growing.
Yeah.
And now we are thick friends, brothers,
Exactly.
family members. So you can just name anything. Anything.
Beautiful.
It's true. It's true.
Beautiful. Because I see that both of you guys are on the boards of both two foundations, two organizations, both Speedy Comics and Peaceful Minds Foundation. That's correct, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So, of course, what ties in both of these things is pop culture, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. Now, but please tell me a little bit more about yourself and the foundation and all the things you do, because I know you do a lot of major stuff.
So my foundation, the Peaceful Mind Foundation, we work on mental health. We work on psychological well-being. We promote the awareness of mental health amongst everybody, in societies, in cultures, in religion, anywhere. So that is the basic idea of the foundation, what I have been doing for many years now. And it's growing slowly and steadily, but yes, we are very stable. We are influencing people around mental well-being, especially during the COVID times, which is now required. So it's going good, and that is what I've been working at as a mental health advocate.
Beautiful, beautiful. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, both of you guys, you seem to be like-minded individuals. Both of you have done amazing things in the fields, in your respective fields. And a part of that is Peaceful Minds Foundation and Speedy Comics. So we have covered a very brief information about Peaceful Minds. So pop culture, Speedy Comics, how does that influence both of you, gentlemen? How does that factor into what you do and your goals, and how did that impact you as a person?
Rashid, you should answer this.
You see, I've been working with Peaceful Mind Foundation for some time now. I've been serving also chairman of the advisory board. Me and Nabhit have been doing a lot of things. And then we sat down and found out that it has such a big influence mental health has such a big influence on everything. And that was the reason I asked Nabhit to come on board Speedy Comics, because with his vision and his the influence that he has on on a lot of like-minded people, it makes a big difference. You see everything. Like, for example, we were discussing this the other day, Nabhit, and you were saying, how pop culture has even made a difference in his view. Nowadays it's very different. Superheroes, other pop culture characters, and these kind of things make a big difference in people's lives. Like I said, Superman gives me hope when I spoke about it the last time, and that makes a big difference. It's and if you think about it, it's all to do with mental health, right, Professor?
Yep. My character has been very different in Speedy Comics. People will not like me for that.
Right. He likes Thanos.
I love Thanos. For some reason, I love Thanos.
That's your go-to guy.
But why do you love Thanos, though?
I think his idea behind a sustainable world was fine. Maybe his technique was wrong.
Okay. I can see where you're going.
Yeah, so he believed in sustainability. So I think that is the reason, and plus I like his looks. He's an amazing guy.
He's I mean I see exactly where you're coming from. I mean, Thanos is to his people, he preached sustainability, and of course his methods were, of course, the villain story.
And if you see Thanos, I see Thanos as equivalent to power. Yeah, gaining power all the time.
Right.
And I see that in my behavior a lot.
Right.
gaining power, connecting to people with power.
Correct.
Otherwise, I'm not motivated at all.
Correct. Correct.
So
So that is, so we can assume that your favorite movie was Infinity War.
I have seen everything. I may not be knowing of it bits and pieces, but yeah, I have my friend back in India. They have showed me all Avengers and Marvels and
Of
DCs.
course.
Ankur does it all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
they go watch all the movies. You see, I would think Nabit reminds me more of Darkseid.
Okay.
Ray Porter, shout out to you, bro. Okay, I mean, it reminds me more of Darkseid because to Darkseid, you know, he can't do wrong.
Right.
You know, I mean, the similar character that you do know that Thanos was based off Darkseid.
Correct. Correct.
You know that?
What do you mean by that?
Darkseid came out first, and then
Okay.
Thanos was based off his character because
Understood.
they needed a character. So it's the stories are quite similar in proportion. Yeah.
I see. I see. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I was gonna ask which hero would you ask to join your teams when to
course
achieve
Thanos.
your villain.
Of
So
course
I have
Thanos.
your
Iron
answer.
Man.
No, I don't like Iron
No,
Man.
no,
He
no.
doesn't like Iron Man.
He has his mind made up. What about you?
Me, Superman.
Obviously, Superman. I mean,
Thanos can't beat Superman. Whatever he does, he can't beat Superman. You know. Another thing is, if I had a choice of 5 people, you know,
okay.
I would want Iron Man, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and I would want Captain America.
Right. I would have thought.
You know,
Yeah.
because Captain America, and you know, the leader of my team would be Captain America
Right, because he is a symbol.
because he's a symbol. You know, and he's I've been speaking to Jesse Simon, Joe Simon's grandson recently, and he's opened up my
The
eyes.
creator of
Yes,
the character of Captain
the creator
America.
of Captain
See,
America.
when you're talking with Rashid, you're gonna hear a lot of these flexes, like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to the guy."
You
It's
know,
like it's nothing.
he's-
Please continue.
Yeah, but, you know, he's opened up my eyes about his grandfather, and I've started to appreciate Captain America as a symbol much more. And I think if Nabit reads a little bit about him, about Captain America, he will change his mind.
No, I have made the hierarchy in my head who I want as my captain and deputies.
Who? Tell me.
So my captain would be, of course, Thanos.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Then we have Hulk,
Oh, okay. All the big power
All the
strong
big-
people are.
and then I love Aquaman.
Okay.
Aquaman. Okay.
His eyes are amazing,
Okay.
and Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Wonder Woman. Okay,
So these
that's
4 are good for me.
that is a powerful team.
It is.
Do you want to add one more? So because he added 5, or do you don't, or you think
Uh,
Thanos is enough? One man army.
Okay, I'll keep one which Ankur likes, Batman.
Okay.
Batman.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, you will need Batman on any team. I
Yeah,
think.
Batman is Batman with any team, right?
Of course. And speaking of teams, I mean, there's a lot of things that Peaceful Minds does, and there's a lot
Yes.
of it shoots for the stars, and it does a lot of really amazing things. And as I understood, that there was something that you wanted to tell us today about the work.
I want to say something. I want to, you know, give you some breaking news. My good friend, brother here, is running for, you know, the Undersecretary?
Yeah, Secretary General.
Uni-
of the,
for
I
the
just like to
United
tease it.
Nations.
Yes, for the United Nations.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
it's an honor for us, for the Peaceful Mind Foundation, even for Speedy Comics and you know the whole group. I don't know about if he's gonna win or not. I wish he does, but that's not our goal, right, Nabit? What is our goal?
So, I mean, first of all, it was a very sudden decision to take. It's a huge post. It's a world organization to run. And I got to know about it that a person can independently contest just 10-15 days ago.
Oh, okay.
And I submitted my papers. No country has endorsed me as of now, but I'm in touch with
Yeah, we're
few.
working on it.
Okay.
If they can announce my
Entities and governments
yes,
and such.
if they can announce my candidature.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've spoken to a couple of foreign affairs ministers. Would not name them here.
Of course.
So let's hope for the best. My only main aim was that I can show people that even young people can come forward and take lead at least in this decision making processes, because young people even today, they think that okay, let's sit back and relax, chill, but if we do not do anything, then nothing is going to happen. So to make an impact, so that was the reason I came forward. Winning or losing is another part of the game. So Doesn't matter.
I was speaking to Katie Cassidy yesterday,
Again, see what
and
he does.
He teases me with all the names I do not know, but
Yeah.
then I search them.
And then you go, oh
Then I-
God.
She's the black canary, dude. She is our black canary. I was speaking to her yesterday, and I was speaking to her about the Peaceful Mind Foundation because she's well aware of it, and we were trying to work something out with her where she could come on and help us, in the foundation and many other celebrities. I don't have the permission from them to speak about it, but Katie is a good friend, and Ray Porter the same.
Of course,
Um,
yes.
And then we have some other artists that we are speaking to, like Des Taylor and the one and only Bob Layton, and Warren Lau.
So why don't you tell them to give me an endorsement at least?
Well, we will try. We're gonna
Just
try.
post one name. Okay, we support this guy.
We will. We'll
Done.
try. We'll
We
try.
should.
I mean, if they're good friends of yours, why not?
We are. Well,
course.
they are, and there are people.
Those
who,
guys are heavy hitters as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yes.
are. They are.
Yeah.
I mean, their one post can go viral anywhere.
Yeah.
True. That is true. That is true.
And that is what we want.
And I think there was a hashtag related to that.
Yes,
Correct.
UN for all.
UN for all. Keep that in mind. UN for all.
UN for all.
Big-
I like it.
UN
It's
for
nice.
all.
Yeah. I like it's nice.
It rhymes with one for all.
Yeah, one for all,
All
UN
for
for all.
one.
I
like
like
the
it.
Three
I mean,
Musketeers.
he mentioned it in his other podcast with Jibber Jabber as well. AJ's sitting there, but he's not allowed to come into this podcast today.
Yeah,
he's been a naughty
he's
boy.
been cast away from.
He's a naughty boy.
You know, Naughty Boy has so many
The barrier
meanings.
is up.
Yeah.
Naughty Boy has a lot of meanings
Well,
attached.
If you want to sing the naughty boy, I don't know that song, but that's a different meaning. But I don't know where you're getting at, Doctor. But anyways. Oh, but he's wearing my helmet, dude.
I want to
that-
wear that actually.
See,
That's a
the
Magneto
thing.
helmet.
That's the thing.
It's
See,
from the movie.
so we have a Thanos fanatic here. We have a Magneto fanatic. I mean, I don't know how
And
this is going
I'm
to
a
end.
Superman.
Can I
fan.
have-
I mean, that's
Can I
a
have that
good
hand?
guy. That's a good guy.
Yeah, he wants the Thanos hand again.
That gives you
Oh, the
power
Thanos
actually.
hand. Right. Well, I was gonna ask you a question, but let's hand him the hand, and I'll ask you the question after that. So of course Thanos. I was gonna ask you if you would get the Infinity Gauntlet, if you get the powers of Thanos, right? There it is. You have been handed by
by AJ.
AJ by the Watchers of
Yeah, the
Marvel.
Watcher.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you have his power. What would be the first thing you do to improve today's world?
Well, I would double the resources.
Right. Opposite of what Thanos did.
Yes.
Funny
Well,
enough.
exactly. Why didn't he think about that, right? He could have doubled the resources.
Exactly.
Double the resources, double the planet.
Exactly.
Let people be those are the same number.
Right. Because he limited the population
Yes.
Yeah.
to preserve.
That's what I said. Now his vision was sustainable, but not the technique.
Right.
Right.
Correct. Agreed. Rashid,
Yeah.
you get the powers of Superman. What do you do tomorrow morning?
Can
you
I wear
wake
this
up.
to my election campaign?
You could.
You could. Of
You know,
course you could.
They'll have a Robbie Down Jr. Supporting you. Yeah, you could. I think that's his gauntlet. It's Iron Man's gauntlet, right? But you don't like him, so I don't know. He hates Iron Man.
I don't love him
See,
at all.
he's all for Thanos. That's
If I was Superman,
You know, me and my best friend, Rashid knows Ankur,
yeah.
we had like a 2 hours fight on this. That why don't I like Iron Man? On his funeral, there were only 35 people.
right.
That's
So-
all.
So you know what he
That's
said? It was a closed funeral. That was his answer.
Like in India, if somebody dies, like if such big personality, like there are more than 1,000 people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
There were only
of
35
course.
people on his funeral. How can you say that he was such a big
The
entity?
top
Come on.
hero.
Well,
That's true.
coming back to your question, Superman.
Yes.
Waleed, if I had the power of Superman, I would try to make the world a better place.
Yes.
Go up against people like Thanos, other people who have their mindset is, I believe, not all there. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like he said, he wants good. I feel, you see, a lot of people saying something that makes a lot of sense now after watching a few other podcasts. They said the real villain of the whole Marvel saga, the Infinity War saga, was Iron Man.
Right.
Yes.
Was not Thanos.
Was not.
He's the one who caused this. He's the one who did all this. Even though Iron Man is one of my favorite superheroes, and obviously because of Bob Layton and there's a connection between me and Iron Man. But looking at it that way really opened up my eyes to think again. Really, could that be possible? Could Iron Man be the real villain in the whole saga.
See?
You know,
I
See,
think
that's a critical analysis, no?
right. It is a critical
Exactly.
analysis
And
because
Thanos was only one. And the
Right.
entire universe got together just to fight him. Imagine how
Correct.
powerful he
Right.
was.
So
Very-
Superman, you would have you would do your best to peace for peace,
right?
for to
For
see,
justice,
for justice,
peace.
right?
You know, to make sure everyone is fed. That's the most
Right.
important commodity, and you know,
right.
So that's what I said, double the resources.
yeah,
Exactly. And when you were mentioning about Iron Man, it is actually a critical analysis because Tony Stark starts as a weapons manufacturer,
Yeah.
and then he actually hurts people, and then ends up hurting himself
true.
with his own missile.
right.
And then I think the entirety of the movies that he is related in, his story arc is in, is him redeeming himself.
Exactly.
So he had to do the ultimate
Exactly,
sacrifice
exactly.
because people have been harmed by what
Yep.
he had done. So it is a
Or
beautiful
what his family had done. Yeah,
Yes, well, yes, of course. So I think it is a beautiful conclusion to his saga within the Marvel universe as
Yep.
well. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. I mean, we covered a lot of stuff. Is there anything you gentlemen would like to tell us on this fine evening? I know we've come now. It's Ramadan evening. We're all relaxing here, so let's talk.
I
about
have
it.
a story to say. I was speaking to Jesse Simon, the grandson of the guy who created Captain America,
Right.
and he told me something that really changed my view about the way I looked at Spider-Man.
Right.
Okay, so this might be news to a lot of people. You know, Spider-Man is actually a knockoff of something called The Fly. So Stan Lee actually didn't really create Spider-Man. Joe Simon, the creator of Captain America, created Spider-Man, and it was called The Fly. It was at Archie Comics, okay, and obviously it didn't look like this. Stan Lee and Kirby and them completely redesigned what Spider-Man looked like, but had the same powers. You know, he was called The Fly, who would fight the bad guys. But you know, I just bought The Fly #1. It's coming, and when it comes, I will, you know, obviously we'll show it to our followers and guests and fans.
Straight to
But-
the vault, right?
Yeah, straight to the vault, obviously. But the thing is, can you imagine, Waleed?
I cannot.
Spider-Man, you know, when Stanley spoke about, I'm gonna probably get a lot of hate for this, but when Stanley spoke about him putting him in the Amazing Fantasy 15, and he ran it anyways. He actually, the story is very different. He got the idea from Joe Simon, who had already done this at Archie Comics, because Archie Comics wanted to have a superhero line, you know.
Okay.
And then Spider-Man was introduced. Obviously, they changed the character of the Spider-Man because Joe's Spider-Man, The Fly, was very different to this Spider-Man because, you know, don't get me wrong, what Stanley did was unbelievable. It's genius. You know, getting a youngster, you know, who has similar problems, someone you can relate to. And with Kirby's art, it was a match made in heaven. But don't forget, the Kirby and Joe Simon were the dynamic duo, right? And there's no one like Joe. And after I've been hearing all these stories, and now I own a few comic books, which I'm going to show you soon. I just got a comic book signed by Joe Simon, Stan Lee, Mackie, Chris Evans, Sebastian.
It's signed by Stanley,
Yeah.
Chris Evans et al.
Yeah, you know,
Everyone.
Everyone. So my views changed about Captain America and about Spidey, who was one of my favorite heroes whilst I was growing up, other than Spider-Man, other than Superman and Batman, obviously. So yeah, just wanted to put this in. Thank you, Jesse, for this enlightenment of information and knowledge that you know.
That's what you call an insight.
Exactly.
I think that's
Exactly.
That's some.
It's changed my life, guys. I thought I knew everything, but I was wrong again. We are the biggest, right, AJ? Well, that's what I wanted to say.
That's a very interesting story. Dr. Nabhit, would you like to tell us?
He's more worried about the the Infinity Gauntlet.
He's
What are
making
you? Who are you thinking of? You know,
You first.
me. Oh, okay. What about Ankur?
No, he'll stay.
I think
He'll be the CEO of Speedy Comics.
Oh, okay.
Anchor is the is the presence in this
Yeah,
podcast.
he's the
not
presence.
here, but
Yeah, please show this to him also then.
Yeah, exactly.
of course. And as you guys know, all links to Peaceful Minds Foundation, Speedy Comics, hashtag UN for All.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yes.
Hashtag UN for All. Let's get that trending.
On Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Instagram,
Vote for my
Twitter.
friend. Get him on.
Thank you.
Exactly. I mean, what is more left to say? We had exclusive stories. We had an eye-opening introduction to these companies, to these organizations, and a lot of good things. And let's hope for the best. Everybody, you were with us in the Speedy Comics podcast. We'll see you next time. Have
Thank
a lovely
you.
night.
Thank you.